you bring up game testers. He started out as a game tester and he went to work on Star Wars Galaxy. Okay, I just triggered that alarm. No. It's fine. The siren's right there. It's no big deal. But yeah, I talked to him I almost like fucking interviewed him when I was like 10 or 11. Like I just kept asking him questions about game development and stuff. Because I did go to college for game development a little bit, and then I gave up. Well, I dropped out, but I'm glad I did. Jesus, I'm glad I'm not in the game industry. Like as much as I say I want to design my own game, man, I'm so fortunate that I didn't get into the industry. I know I missed those bottles down there, but I'm not gonna go back for them. Not even want to expend the energy. I'll get these ones. They're right here. But the other ones required me to go through that same area again. I really don't want to.
This must be the source of all the disgusting green soup.
And if I could, while we're on the topic of game design, after my successful horror game, no? Okay, we're good. After my successful horror game had gotten players addicted to it day in and day out, I would probably make a stealth game, or I would remaster or make a sequel to a game that doesn't have a sequel, i.e. Star Wars Republic Commando, because that game is the best. One of the best. God, I wish they'd make Star Wars Imperial Commando. It'd be so good. It'd be one of the best games ever. It really would. No, not really, but it'd be fun. It'd be so fun. I really do wish they'd remake the BioShocks, like just give them the Master Chief Collection touch up. That would be fantastic. Those they remastered Mass Effect, but like I don't even like, it's kind of a remaster. The textures are nicer, but man, I would have preferred like an upgrade. Yeah, I played the Portals. Yeah, I played them. I beat Portal 2 before I beat Portal 1.
It was some sort of high energy cannon. Use the left analog stick to move and aim the right analog stick in the direction you want to shoot. Remember, you can only shoot in one direction while
They're fun games. They're fun. You can beat them in an afternoon if you just want to replay them. I'm really impressed by Portal 2's co-op mode. That really surprised me at the time. And the mind-bending puzzles, Jesus. I wish they'd come out with a Portal 3, but like we all know what Valve's history is with the number 3. It ain't happening. It is not happening. As much as you and I may want it to happen, there will be no game titled 3 in Valve's catalog. Oh shit, I was not paying attention. I was just shooting the masks. That is on me 100%. Yeah. I like this level, it's fun. It's just fun. That's one thing like a lot of game devs forget is like, you can make engaging gameplay that's difficult to master, or you can just make something that's simple and fun. That's like one art people lose a lot, and like was definitely lost for a period of time. I think that's why like games like Fez, Braid, Shovel Knight, like I think that's why games like those did really well, because they were simple and fun. Like this is just simple and fun. It's challenging, but it's not overly easy. It's not overbearing.
is really highly charged.
Yeah, I don't understand why I have to keep shooting those things, but okay. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, just take it easy. Just take out one wall at a time. And like the thing is like you don't see much like game evolution as you do like with old games. I don't feel so. Like I don't think like they try like new things. Like if you look at Jack 1 versus Jack 2, if you look at Sly 1 versus Sly 2, you know, like there's such a jump in like what the games are doing and what they're capable of. It's amazing. I don't feel like game devs do that as much. I'm sure like they do it, but not as much. They don't take as much chances almost. You know, they don't want to spend too much money on reviews. They're worried that the guy at IGN might grow a backbone and give him a bad score. Which, you know what's crazy is that I wonder who agreed that like 7 was just like kind of just an okay game. Like at what point the gamers decide like, oh hey, a 7 means it's okay. You know, to me like a 5 or 6 means like it's playable and it's competent. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Let me think about that thought later. Anyway, they don't. God, I sound like a boomer. They don't make games like this anymore. God, I sound like a boomer. Come on, he just spawned there. Get the fuck out of here. Back in my day, we had to plug our controllers in. Back in my day, if the game sucked when it came out, it sucked forever. And back in my day, you could take your saves to your friend's house without loading up your entire fucking console. Oh, I fucked up. Whoops. Oh well, that's fine. Back in my day, you had to go to channel 3 to play video games. God. Such a dumb thing to think about. Okay, there's a level right here. Down home cooking. I had a lieutenant colonel I worked with, and he had that thick Louisiana Bayou accent because he was from Baton Rouge. Oh my God, he was a character. The ghost. We'll see. I'll see. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I only paid halfway attention. Pretty much hit the roosters. Oh, I gotta avoid the fuck. I was halfway paying attention, I'm not gonna lie. My mind was drifting. Thinking about the lieutenant colonel, trying to think if he had any funny stories. He had funny stories, but none that I can say on stream because they're kind of fucked. I might have said them on stream before, I can't remember. No, I don't think I have because they're really fucked. They're really fucked. Oh God. No, 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 get away from me, get away from me, get away from me. Run into each other. Just run like that. Do that, yes. No. Go. I want 20 more chickens. Really, 20? They're only spawning like 6 at a time? Plus the 2, god damn it. He write on wet paper and he stares at the wall for 2 hours? No, no, he was somebody who said what everybody was thinking. Actually, I do have a story I can tell. So, actually, let me This is gonna have to be one where I sit down and really think about what I'm gonna say too. But let's focus on this for another minute. I'll tell that it's a dumb story. It's kind of funny, and like you don't really understand the severity of it unless you're like really in the military. I mean, you can understand it. It's just funny. I'll tell you in a second. It's just a dumb thing that, of course, he of all people would do. Okay, focus up, focus up. Only 10 more, 30 seconds is plenty of time. Doesn't seem like a lot of time, but right now it is. Especially for two more in 20 seconds. That's 1 in 10 seconds. 1 per 10 seconds, okay. All right. Okay, so let me tell the story about, I'm not going to use his real name. We'll call him Lieutenant Colonel Ryan. We'll call him Lieutenant Colonel Ryan. Let me give you a little bit of background on this guy. This dude is a flight nurse. He's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. At least that's what he said. Or no, somewhere in Georgia, maybe Georgia. Got a thick Louisiana accent, and he was a character who just made not fun of things, but he just didn't take things seriously. Nothing bothered him, and the reason is why is because during the Iraq and Afghanistan war, during the huge pushes into the Middle East, he was a flight nurse. And if I need to paint the picture on that a little bit more, he was the dude who was on the helicopter after a U.S. soldier had gotten blown up, and he was the one that was on the helicopter waiting to pick him up and take him back. So he was, to say nonetheless, he was the shit. He was the shit. Now, besides the literal clown that was also at the hospital, Colonel Ryan was also a clown in his own way, because he would just tell jokes, he would say inappropriate things, and he'd get away with it. Now, we are in either February or March of 2020 before COVID hits. And we know it's coming to the States. We don't know when. And Colonel Ryan is the officer in charge of the ICU, so he has to go to all these meetings. He has to go to all these meetings with the hospital commander and everything. It's, it's just something they have to do. The big thing about the military is preparedness, just being prepared for the worst. So, typically when you're in the army and you go to work, even in a hospital, you show up in like army greens. You're wearing like the full kit and caboodle, not the full kit and caboodle, but you're wearing like your army green uniform, what basic soldiers look like, with no armor or anything like that, just the green uniform and boots. And anyway, it was March. Now I remember, it was definitely March, because March Madness was happening. And Colonel Ryan, in his infinite wisdom of being in the military for over 20 years, seeing the worst things in the world happen to young men and women overseas fighting for their life, comes to work not in his army greens, but in a Lakers uniform, in a gold and purple basketball jersey, a golden purple pair of shorts, and golden purple shoes. Okay? Meanwhile, COVID's about to come to the US. It's March, I think. It's somewhere in February or March. Anyway, Colonel Ryan gets called into a meeting with everybody in the hospital. Like, not everybody, but all the important people. He's reporting to the commander, because the commander has to report to the post general, who has to report to General Milley at some point. And Colonel Riles walks into this is what I've heard. Colonel Ryan walks into the boardroom wearing this Lakers uniform, because it's March Madness, And before he even says anything, the hospital commander looks at him and says, "Colonel Ryan, what are you wearing?" And with a straight face, without missing a beat, he looks at the hospital commander and says, and I quote, "It's game day, baby. Let's go Lakers." And just to a fucking Fulbert colonel. To people who don't know Army ranks, that's an 06 and that's a 06 in the Army. And the hospital commander just tells him to go home and change his clothes and come back. Shows up to work. It's literally like the image of Family Guy, where Peter's in the Army and he's wearing a clown costume. That's literally that image. It's fucking hilarious. Colonel Ryan was the man. He was the man. When I say he did not give a fuck, he did not give a fuck. Oh my god.
I'm sure it'll work to launch you up into this
We also had somebody who shared the rank with Colonel Ryan. We'll call him Colonel Man. Colonel Man went to clown school.
Could feel that Cooper vibe coming. Most distastefully bad juju.
Yeah, well, you give me the creeps too, lady. Cooking up an army of ghosts isn't a very neighborly pastime.
Oh, Sly. I see your mouth moving, but all I hear is blah, blah, blah.
That reminds me so much of the girl I went to basic with.
Jaws need to flap, then let them fly.
But
See you in the next world, Sly Cooper.
But yeah, so Colonel Man went to literal clown school, and when he would drive to work, he'd go park in the parking lot, and he would enter and leave the hospital on a unicycle. So there's plenty of pictures of him on the internet going around of him riding that unicycle in that uniform. That's the funny part. You see soldiers in uniforms like that doing ridiculous stuff. That's what makes it funny.
Why don't I have my servant?
Also, during COVID, this is after it hit us.
Yeah,
Actually, I gotta pause it for this one. I don't think I can do a good visual representation.
just a little game I like to play with all my annoying guests. I want to see how well you pay attention.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll unleash my mighty mojo magic upon you. If you repeat what I do, you'll dodge it just fine. If not, you'll get set.
A little voodoo Simon Says, huh? Sounds easy enough.
Okay, before we get started, let me tell you about Colonel Man. Colonel Man, not his name. I'm just using pseudonames or surnames, whatever. Colonel Man went to literal clown school. Literal, honest to God clown school. He rode a unicycle to and from his car into the hospital that we worked at. And so my NCOIC, non-commissioned officer in charge at the time, she was in a meeting with him about something. It was during COVID. God knows what it was. And this man, this like 50-year-old Army lieutenant colonel, no, he wasn't juggling. He wasn't juggling. I'm pretty sure he could. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can find a picture of him really quick, just for shits and giggles. Just for shits and giggles. I doubt it. I will be able to. I know it's on Facebook. I don't want to have to scour through it. I will do it for like a minute. I'll do it for like a minute. Just to see if I can find it. Where? Okay, I don't even know how Facebook works anymore. Desktop, at least. So So U.S. Army, what the fuck moments? Okay, hold on, let me do this way. It won't show his name, but it's the page on Facebook that has his picture. It's hilarious. Because like everybody at the hospital's like, yeah, that's Colonel Man. That's Colonel Man on that unicycle. Oh, it was so long ago too. I hope I can find it. Oh, anyway, let me tell this story real quick. So they're in an important meeting. All meetings are important in the Army for whatever reason. This man who went to clown school pulled out a small, I mean, from what she said, from what my NCOIC said, pulled out a ridiculously small notepad. Ridiculous. Like, what's even the point of having it? Then he sets it on the table. He then, within all Army uniform sleeves, there's a pen holder right here that you can just slide pins in and out of. He pulled his pen out of his sleeve. He grabbed both ends of it and then extended it as far as he could. Then started taking notes with it on a little tiny fucking pad of paper, and then just his long fucking pen. Just taking notes, dude. I can't make that shit up. Like, it's absolutely insane. I've got to find this picture. But it's ridiculous. It's it. I'm sure it's floating around the internet on some Army subreddits or something like that somewhere. But it's legit. This man went to clown school, rode a unicycle from his car to the hospital, and probably everywhere else. Now, I will say I've seen him bust ass a few times, fall over on it. I will say that. He did trip on it a few times. Yeah, I'm not gonna find it. Damn. Oh my God, I wish I could. Man. But yeah. Yeah, that, like, for some reason, like, you have people in the military who just take everything seriously. Like, there can be no fun allowed. And then you have people like that who hold serious rank, who, one, don't give a fuck, or two, have gone to literal clown school. Oh my God, I wish I could find it. Most of this stuff's making fun of the military. Oh man, let's see here. Keep typing in Army guy on unicycle, and that is not finding me what I need. Oh, I wish I could find it so much. Damn. But yeah, he went to literal clown. I doubt I'm gonna find it on Google. Son of a bitch. I want to keep doom scrolling to see if I can find it, but no, I'm not going to. Oh well. Oh well. Damn. I keep looking, just hoping, but oh well. We'll leave it after I scroll a few more times, maybe, please. I'll have to find it one day on my own and see. Yeah, whatever. I need to stop now before I keep going unintentionally. Holy shit, we've been live for 4 hours. Damn, okay. Okay, square. Triangle. Circle. Ooh, I see what you're saying. There's a little bit of a desync. I can feel it. Yeah, it definitely. I pressed the fucking button. Are you serious? I pressed it. I pressed circle. You cannot tell me I did not press that button. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, it's definitely off just by so. What the fuck? Okay, I pressed it. It must not be. It might not be registering it all the way. I probably need to press harder. Is what it is. Because I don't want to run out of lives at the beginning of the and go back to the beginning of the level again. That's the last thing I want to do. What? I'm hitting it too early. That's what it is. Damn. I hear like the doo every time like I hit it too early, but like that's kind of silly. Don't make me think I'm like it's not going through. Square circle. Square circle. Okay. Square. Triangle. Circle. X. Okay. Okay, now we gotta do that like what? 2 more. I was not paying attention. That one's on me. I looked away. I thought it was done. I thought once I hit X, that was it. But no, she can hit you again. Circle, circle, circle. Circle pit, motherfuckers. Open up this pit. Square. Triangle. Okay, I hit it early, but it didn't punish me. Okay, we're good. Don't you love it when the patient you told not to try walking without assistance try it just and then complain? Yep. Yeah, and then they fell out of their bed. Yeah, I've had patients. I worked in an ICU. I had patients. They're hooked up to 12 lead EKG. They have God knows how many lines. They have catheters in them. They shouldn't be walking, period. What the fuck? I hit it early again. God damn it. Yeah. So yeah. And then they just get out of bed and they wonder why the IV pole landed on them. Gotta love that. You'll appreciate this. You'll appreciate this when we would have a DKA patient. She was a frequent flyer. We would give her Dilaudid for the pain because she was also a seeker. And can I skip this? Can I skip this? Please let me skip this. I can't skip this. Come on.
Why don't I have my servant?
We had this one patient. She diabetic ketoacidosis, pancreatitis, DKA, by the way, pancreatitis along with it, because she would go home and probably eat tubs of ice cream or whatever. And she was nasty. God damn, she was nasty. Anyway, we would give her, like I can't even think right now. We would have to give her Dilaudid to manage her pain, because that's all it would satiate that pain was Dilaudid. And she would not sit in the bed. She wouldn't meet regular floor criteria in our hospital, but she would, so we kept her in the ICU, plus she was kind of a heavy patient on her own. And what she would do is once she gets high on that Dilaudid, she would just stand there, suck on her thumb, chew her hair, and just be zoned the fuck out. And then while high on Dilaudid, she would walk to the bathroom on her own after multiple times of telling her, like, hey ma'am, how about you hit the call bell before you get out of bed? That way, if you fall, I don't get sued. Like, that sounds like a great idea. But yeah, I love it when patients fall. I love it, and I love charting that it wasn't my fault. That way, I don't have to worry about it. Oh my God, that sound desync is bad. Oh my God. That sound desync is real. Yeah, it's way off. Circle, squares, circle. Go. And don't you love working patients? And then, oh God. Don't you love working patients? And then you go back to check on your other patients, and then they're mad because you didn't bring them crackers. Don't you love that? Or like, you know, you change bed sheets and then they immediately piss them. You know, that's the first I've heard of that. And I'm not even surprised. Have you had any, oh shit. Oh, give me a minute. I'm gonna ask you, do you know what kratom is? Nope, got her. Okay, whoo. Or when the patient throws a water bottle at you because they wanted Everclear. No, they give tap water. They don't get special treatment. That's why I tell them if they don't like it, don't come to the hospital.
Capital T.
You know, you joined our arena. We didn't join your arena.
Yeah, well, if he's anything like the rest of you, I think I'll manage.
We had well,
section of the Thievius Raccoonus held notes from my pioneering ancestor, Slighton Common. His invisibility technique allowed him to steal from corrupt pharaohs and greedy noblemen. Right on schedule, Inspector Fox's arrival cued my exit. The production of zombies, made illegal in the World Peace Accord of '71, earned Ms. Ruby a life sentence behind bars. While the gang and I enjoyed a few weeks in the tropical sunshine, working on our tans in preparation for our next caper.
but we had a guy on kratom. He had been, so I don't know if you know this, because at the time the FDA hadn't even classified it. By the way, we're at the 4-hour mark. We're going to go into the community screen just for funsies.